Okay, so I recently visited Victoria, Kansas. Victoria, Kansas is well known for being the home of a large Catholic church called Cathedral of the Plains. As you can tell by this plaque, it was erected in 1909. I'm going to do some broader shots in a moment. Unfortunately, it was so windy that day, so very windy. I decided to just record narration for much of the video. There may be some clips that I just use what I recorded at the scene, but it's really too windy to be super usable. But here it is. Looks great. Here's a vertical shot of what it looks like as you're driving by along the street. I'm going to go ahead and record a little bit more voiceover. This cathedral is very easy to find. If you take the exit to Victoria along I-70, you take a road south straight into Victoria, it'll be on your left. Obviously, it's also one of the taller structures around. Now, one thing I wasn't too crazy about with how they decorated it was the doors. I would have picked some sort of door that looks a little bit more traditional, like wood they would use, but for the most part, it looks fantastic. This town also has a very picturesque cemetery with the same name as the church. It's actually north of town before you get to the church, just outside of the city limits. I'll show some footage of the cemetery in a moment, but first, here's something else Victoria should be known for. There's an American flag on display next to some statues. You know, some new evidence has emerged within the last year that Victoria, Kansas might have been the first town where the Pledge of Allegiance was said. Or if not, it at least was said here before the Pledge of Allegiance was officially first published. I have some videos on that talk about that. Here are some screenshots of the article about the April 30th, or it's dated April 30th, flag raising in Victoria if you want to pause and read them. That's April 30th, 1892. Over at St. Fidelis Cemetery. Same name as the church, the Cathedral of the Plains. Okay, so unfortunately, as you can tell, once again, loud wind was a problem recording at the church. It was also a problem recording just up the road at the cemetery. But I hope you can appreciate from the images here how picturesque this cemetery is and how ornate all the gravestones are. Just look at them. This headstone you see here in the front appears to have been done all in German, not English. You can see some other things in the background. Water tower off in the distance. Statue at the end of the cemetery road. These stones right here appear to all be of clergy in the church. I'm sorry, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know a lot about the hierarchy in the church. You can tell a lot of them say Reverend or Father in front of him. I'm guessing these were priests, several of them, members of clergy. Hope you appreciate the video and enjoyed looking at the cemetery. Time to get back on the road.